Hello, there's Oliver. We're going to go over the calling Minneapolis run that I did over the weekend. Yeah, nothing too special. As expected, Zen most represented. Uh, New second most. I guess that's pretty impressive. Um, since like pretty much everyone I talked to was saying new is not great, but yeah, there's a lot of new. Uh, yeah, that's it. All right, going over the deck. Um, Yeah, so I have a lot of pet cards in here because I like playing pet cards and I like to play whatever I like playing. Um, I hate net decking people and I like to play with my own homebrews. So, uh, standout cards or like the pet cards that shouldn't be in the deck, but I put in anyways. Blue Waning Vengeance. People in the YouTube comments kept saying it's a shit card, and I kind of agree, but I played out of spite. So, yeah, that's in the deck. I like Shimmers of Silver because I have the cold foils and I want to play with the cold foils. My friend Duke told me about Sift. Sift is kind of funny, and it turns on Transcend. So yeah, I hate that all or this round's on me because I hate giving gas to the opponent. Yep. Restless Coalescence because of cats. I really like cats, so gotta play with the cats. Um, everyone I talk to have said Dissolve Reality is a fucking good card. Uh, I don't see it, but I put it in the deck anyways. Um, let's see. Like the most reaction I got out of it was, I played it against a Reiner and he said thanks. So yeah, that tells you how good I am with this card. Other than that, I only have one Spectral Manifestations because I still have Spectre in the deck. Um, it's a good card. It's a good limited card. Very hard to pull off when you have a lot of shields being generated off of Waning Vengeance and Haze Bending. So, yeah. Uh, Going over the sideboards, Azalea. This is what I ran most of the time. I have 15D reacts. You can probably take out that all you got and put in Restless Coalescence. I took out the ward because of Murkmire. It's a fucking insane card against you. So, but if they run Dreadboard, then you're kind of fucked. But yeah, that's it. Bolton, I haven't played against a Bolton yet, so no idea if this is right. Dash, I haven't played against a lot of Dash, so I don't know if this is right. Dorinthia, haven't played against Dorinthia yet. I should probably ask Shin for games. But yeah, I don't know if that's right. Boarding up. Enigma, this is what I've been doing for Demir. Enigma balls. Guardian, yep. Kano, you have to run the D reacts because that's the rest of your sideboard. It's kind of shit, and sometimes you just can't pressure. But that's how the deck is. Kasai, haven't played Kasai yet, so don't know if it's right. Katsu, I feel like Katsu is a lot easier than Zen, mostly because Katsu requires on hits. But I do know that some players are playing Shuko now, so yeah. With the sideboard, you're able to take out all the Spectra, and then you play your Spectral Manifestations, and then yeah, your typical lineup. Spectra is like super low tempo into Ninja, so I don't like playing it. And yeah, they only block 2. KO, yeah. New, take out the levels of Enlightenment, and then board up. Don't know if you need to board up, but it hasn't been bad for me. Prism, you should not be letting anything hit because of your ward and your D react. So, yeah, this is the list for Prism. Reinar, lots of D reacts. Just like your typical setup for Brute. Azuri, since they can't play your blues, you can play the levels. And then, don't know if you need Dense Blue Mist, but yeah. Whoops. Vincent. I've only played one game against Vincent, and I somehow won that game. And that was Ellie using an old Vincent list. Doesn't have the eloquent eulogy, whatever. So, honestly, do not know if this works. And then Zen, just play good numbers. Take out the Waxing Specters. Play Phantasmaclasm. This one says 9. This one says 7. If you get to attack with it. Yeah. That's the deck. As for why I played Enigma over Prism this weekend, I just wanted to play with the shiny new cards. So I'll go back to Prism eventually. But yeah. Somehow this deck worked. That's all. Alright. Going over the recap. Let's see. KO. Sorry, I had a cough. KO round 1. I like my hand. It has a Ripple Away, CNC, Waxing Spectre red, and another blue. They play Cast Bones. I say sure. I look at my hand again, and I look at the Ripple Away, and I say fuck. Because I totally forget what Ripple Away does, even though I put in the deck specifically for KO and Assassins and Azalea. So yeah, what a great start to the tournament. Honestly, he probably would have killed me anyways because he like pretty high rolled. It's like Savage Stash and like Blood Rush and everything. So, I probably would have died anyways. So this one was a loss. I'm probably not gonna go in depth into a lot of the matchups because that's kind of I just don't remember that much because it was a long weekend. This new round 2 was not able to push through any of my ward because he didn't find his go again. Like looking for scoffing E-Strike and stuff. So, yeah, this one was a win. Dreadbore Azalea. I boarded every single D-React in because I'm used to playing against Death Dealer Azalea. But this one has a lot less damage potential. And I was still able to play my D-Reacts from Arsenal just fine. I was able to get like a pretty good life lead very early on, and then I used that life lead to just play very efficient attacks. So yeah, this one was a win. He did like Codex Murkmire into like knocked it as well whistled Murkmire multiple times, but yeah, that only got me down to single digits, and then yeah, I just killed him with damage. So I don't remember if this one was Victor or new. But I'll just go over the Victor game. He lost the clash multiple times for Trounce, so he had a reclash, and that like kind of hurt his gold count for when he wanted to play Visit. He was able to find 3 visits very early on, and then was able to beat me down into single digits. But his damage or his might generation was not as good as it could be because yeah, he had to use some of the gold to reclash. So yeah, eventually I was able to stabilize and win. This Reinhardt game was pretty interesting. The guy acted exactly like one of my good friends here that I hang out with a lot, which is pretty uncanny, and I thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, he was on a very interesting Reinhardt list with like the beat chest pump from heavy hitters, and he was on lead with speed and cards you typically wouldn't see in Reinhardt. Usually I feel very comfortable into Reinhardt because I have a lot of D-Reacts, but every time he intimidated my cards, it hit every single blocking card, and yeah, I just had to eat every single barrage and beatdown. Yeah, and that was not fun. But going down to single digits, but I was able to just eventually kill him. Yep. So this new game, don't honestly remember, so I'm sorry whoever I played. Win. This Kano was on Waning Moon and a semi-pitch stack plan. It took me a while to get anything set up, and when I did get something set up, he was able to flip over an Aether Wildfire and kill the ward. He was able to pitch stack a Wildfire and Blazing Ether, 2 Blazing Ethers, and on his pop-up turn, it was like a Blazing Ether, or sorry, Wildfire, Blazing Ether, and an Aether Dart blue. So, where was I going with this? And he had, oh yeah, earlier in the game, I I bottomed a E-Pot from Phantasmaclasm, and he only was able to get 2 E-Pots out. When it came off to his pop-off turn, he needed 2 resources to Waning Moon, and that probably would have killed me because I was, after that pop-off turn, I was down to 3 life. Let's see. The only reason why I lived through that pop-off turn as well is because the blue Waning Vengeance. Because the blue Waning Vengeance created a Spectral Shield to block 1 more Arcane off of the Aether Dart, which results in 3 life save total. And I ended up at 3 life. So yeah. Pet card somehow worked. This one was a win. Enigma. This one, like, the mirrors are kind of swingy, so I don't really mind it as much as I minded the OG Prism mirror, but yeah, you just sometimes have to stick with it, and somehow you can just win because they just drew poorly. But in this one, he had all the tempo with a Rage Specter, Uphold Tradition, and like a Waxing Specter, and a lot of shields because of Sacred Art. Eventually, I was able to transcend, and then I had a Miragai. And then my return turn, that's my, how should I put this? The turn that I wanted to swing back was Miragai. He blocks for 5. I Uphold Tradition, make it 10. And then I go Waxing Specter red into CNC, and that literally wipes his board because he only has, the only 2 cards left in his hand is Drop in the Ocean and Preserve Tradition or something. So yeah, he had 2 chi in hand, and yeah, he couldn't keep up with the Miragai, which stayed for the rest of the game. And then when he ate everything to try and clear my board, I had the D-Reacts in hand to cover up every single breakpoint. So he had a Spectral Manifestations red, a Waxing Specter red, and I was able to block out pretty much all of it. And then, yeah, obviously 10 go again into 4 go again is quite good. Yep, so this one was a win. This was one of the worst new games I've ever played. My early turns was all D-Reacts, and I got hit by every single Bonds of Agony. He was playing Traverse in Redback Shroud, which is quite interesting. A Rousing Wave and the boots. The common boots. But yeah, I could not set anything up. I had to use Traverse to, well, for like no value, even like barely any value. I still get a chi out of it, but all I did was the chi was attack with like CNC or something for 5 because of Codex Failure. I don't remember. It was a game of all time, honestly, and yeah. Eventually, I was able to get a Miragai to stick, and then I played another Miragai, and then it became all of my favorite from there. I got no round out of that. All you got. I drew an all red hand at one point, and I blocked 3 on a dagger, and then he played Bonds of Agony, and I was like, cool, I can't block this because my hand left was red Waxing Specter, Miraging Metamorph, and Unmovable. And so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna eat this. In response to the trigger, I played the Waxing Specter and doesn't even get a +1 counter. So I'm just like, fuck, what do? But yeah, eventually, yeah, the Miragai stuck, and then I was able to close out the game from there. But yeah, I ate so much damage. I was below life by like 15 or something. I have no idea how. I guess it's like it's Enigma favored enough that I can come back from a spot like that. I think I ended the game with like 2 red Waning Vengeance left and 2 Waxing Specters left. And yeah, that's how bad my draws were that game. Yeah, so win. Round 10 was Zen. This is my good friend Nghia. We're both on the same team together, apparently. And yeah, I was able to keep like life parity quite well, which isn't like what you want to do, but I was able to get him pretty low, and I had like a pretty good life buffer. But I accidentally drew 5 cards, and he was at 2 or 3 or something with 2 armor left. And since we were like honest with each other, I just called over a judge, and what was revealed was a D-React, Phantasmaclasm, Dense Blue Mist, and a blue Waning Vengeance. And in the competitive spirit, Nghia bottomed my Phantasmaclasm, and I literally had no threat to come back with. And if I was able to keep that Phantasmaclasm, I probably might have been able to get the game even closer. But yeah, he eventually killed me, and yeah, that was my first Zen in the tournament, so I really cannot complain. It was bound to happen anyways. Next game was a Prism. Yeah, this is you literally sorry. Literally do not let any herald hit, and you should be fine. You can clear any Specter you want with the shield or like one of your ward attacks. So so yeah, the only damage I took was off of Soraya, and yeah, it didn't let any heralds hit. He had no soul. He couldn't get anything going, and yep, this one was a win. Zen, this one was against Michael Jacuzzi, as we like to call him. Don't know if he minds me calling him that, but this was like one of the best openers I've ever had against Zen. I played a red Waning Vengeance into Vengeful Apparition. He couldn't clear the board, and then my next turn was just Sacred Art, or like a blue card, Sacred Art, and then have a really huge board. And then he couldn't really clear that either. So at some point it was 41-27. But yeah, his pop-off turns was able to close the gap. I used Traverse to play a Miragai, swing with it. It was able to stick around. I swing with it again. Eventually I get him down to 2 life, and he has no armor. And his pop-off turns were pretty good. He was able to close the life total and clear out my ward. And let's see. There was a point in the game where I had Phantasmaclasm, a blue, Dense Blue Mist, and a CNC. And he was ready to go off with his pop-off turn with Traverse. So what ended up happening was I decided to play Dense Blue Mist with Command and Conquer, because I feel like that is more life saved than just blocking the Command and Conquer. And it turns out he had like a pretty wide turn with like 8 chain links or something. So essentially is 2-card block 8, which is still like on the average of D-React, or yeah, on the average of red D-React. And I was able to live with 1 life. I Phantasmaclasm. His hand is E-Strike, red, 100 wins, blue 100 wins, and Spinning Wheel Kick, red. I bottomed the blue 100 wins. He draws an Art of War. He pops my Phantasmaclasm by playing Art of War and the E-Strike, and popping with E-Strike. He does a really weak turn. He blocks out, does a kind of a weak turn. I Phantasmaclasm him again. He has a CNC and like 3 other cards. I bottom the CNC, obviously, and then he blocks out and just arsenals. And then I Phantasmaclasm him again, and he can't block this one out because he has a bunch of non-blocks, and I kill him. So that was a win, thankfully, because I literally just have to win out from here to make top 8, right? So round 13 was against Kano, against Julian Stiffen. He's a prolific pitch stack Kano player, and I once again, Kano, like you saw the sideboard, you have a lot of D-Reacts, you have a lot of dead cards in the match. And sometimes when they're pitch stacking, they're not going to attack you every single turn. So sometimes you just have to IP yourself. And I IP'd myself like 4 times that game because I couldn't get anything out of my hand, and I couldn't get like anything going. So yeah, I tried to Phantasmaclasm him. I bought an E-Pot again, and try to mess up his pitch deck, but he was able to get Blazing and Wildfire together with another Blazing and Wildfire somewhat close-ish together. I was unfortunately like he like was able to scry through a bunch of stuff on his pop off turn, so he can like kind of work through the Phantasmaclasm and dissolve reality BS. So yeah, I got him down to 1 because of Manifestations of Miragai, and I could not close out the game because when I present the lethal, I got him down to 1 to present the lethal. He was able to block everything out. Or not block everything out. He's just able to pop off, and I couldn't block everything out, and then it died. So this one was a loss. But that puts me at 8th seed because the people ahead of me somehow, some people ahead of me lost, so that puts me in a spot to get 8th seed somehow. I don't know the math. My friends were just telling me that's what happened. So quarters. It was against Azalea. He was on Death Dealer Azalea. This one. Yeah, we just hit each other really hard a lot, and eventually it came down to a decision that I made that was wrong. There was a Blood Rot Pox. I could have paid for it with a blue Waning Vengeance, but instead I played the blue Waning Vengeance, take 1, make a Spectral Shield, because it's like the same amount of life. I just wanted to have the Spectral Shield to help cover breakpoints the next turn. But yeah, he played a Murkmire Grapnel, so I never got that 1 life out. And at the end of the game, he killed me with Murkmire for 8 with an aim counter for Xaxes because I was at 4, and I only had a Sink Below in hand. So if I had 1 more life, it probably would have changed the game because he was at 1 life, and I could keep a whole hand just to try and kill him. So yeah, preserve your life total. It's more important than ward or whatever. I just thought I was being cute. So yeah, I lost. But then I opened a gold foil, and it was gold foil Traverse the Universe. So pretty funny because I was able to choose from a lot of gold foils, and I just picked the good one, I guess. Yeah. Eventually, that Azalea went to win the calling, so congrats to him, and congrats to Nghia because he got 2nd as well, and he opened gold foil Streak Razors because that was the last envelope to give out, and that was very unlucky for him. But yeah, pretty good weekend, I would say. I also want to congratulate Evan for winning the nationals. Congratulate William Bradshaw for making the top 8 at nationals. Yeah, very cool guy. Yeah, I played Evan before at the 2021 nationals. He was on Briar, and very nice guy to play with. And yeah, we always say hi to each other whenever we go to events. Yep, that is calling Minneapolis. Enigma balls. See ya.